Good Game Reviews.
In light of the recent extraterrestrial incursion, this Council of Nations has convened to approve the activation of the Xcom project. You have been chosen to lead this initiative, to oversee our first and last line of defense. Your efforts will have considerable influence on this planet's future. We urge you to keep that in mind as you proceed. Good luck, Commander.
Hey, what's up? This is Scott from Good Games Reviews. Thanks for tuning in. You're about to watch the latest review for Xcom Enemy Unknown. It's available on the Xbox, PlayStation and PC. This is actually a remake of a game made in 1994. It was an amazing game, actually, one that really captivated my youth, and I spent hours playing it, so you know, it's no surprise that I'm a big fan of this new release. Generally, with new releases, or remakes, you can tend to find that the producers try to do a little bit too much and deviate too far away from the original. And ultimately, if something isn't broke, you don't need to fix it. Delightfully, that hasn't happened with this. It's very, very close to the original, just with some updated graphics. For those of you who never played XCOM Enemy Unknown, it's a strategy turn-based game with elements of, I guess, a business simulation, all thrown into the mix. The premise is fairly obvious as you watched the video earlier, or the opening scenes from the game. Aliens are invading Earth, and it's your job to stop them. And you start off as a band of soldiers equipped with the latest human technologies, but as the game progresses you realise that isn't going to get you very far, so it becomes a lot about capturing aliens alive, learning their technologies, using their technology against them, and protecting the Earth. With that is said, you've also got a council that you have to report to. They rate you on how you do. And that council will give you funds to purchase new items, new ships to protect from invading UFOs, allow you to increase your satellite coverage to protect more areas of the globe. So, you know, it's quite an in-depth game, especially for those console-based games. It's from the creators of Civilization, so you sort of know where it's heading from a certain point of view as to all the elements that it covers. The game really is make or break on its interface, this style of game, mainly because, you know, if you get a game that's good but the interface is poor, you can't give it the time you need, especially on a console. They've done a fantastic job with this with this interface. It's so simple, it's so straightforward, it's so obvious what you're doing, but at the same time it gives a lot of elements that were in the original new lease of life, really. So it's, you know, it's one of those games that I can see it appealing to the fans of the original, the people who have played the originals before will certainly take this to their hearts, I'm sure. Obviously they're looking for a new fan base as well, because it's a long time since the original game was out. It maybe doesn't do enough graphically to entice people in, to realise how good a game it is. So obviously that's the reason I'm doing the review, because I want people to know that it is a fantastic game. It's you know, it's one of those where you start it and before you know it you've wasted, or you've played hours on it. And you're just thinking, oh, just one more mission before I turn it off. I'll try out these new guns that I've developed, and you know, the new armour that my soldiers have. So all in all, it's you know, it's highly recommended by me. Again, that may be because I have played the original. There are other games out there along a similar wavelength, certainly on the PC, that will go into more depth in more areas, maybe not to do with alien invasions, but you know, the strategy turn-based game is something that's thriving and always have been. So it's, you know, it may be that it's one of those games that you want to try, but I think once you do try it, you will be hooked. Like I say, graphically it's not stunning. The audio isn't amazing. It's some of it can be a little bit off-putting at times, but you know, all in all, a great game. And if you haven't played XCOM before, give it a go. Thanks very much for watching. Obviously, if you've got any comments, want to leave any feedback, please do. Please also visit the site, goodgamereviews.co.uk. Thank you.
Good game reviews.